Hey everyone, Micah here with EbikeSchool.com, and it is a beautiful day today here in sunny Tel Aviv. I'm about to go for a bike ride along the beach here, but before I do, I want to talk to the electric bicycle industry at large, give you something of an open letter here, maybe an open video, talking about some of the important things that I want to see changed in the e-bike industry this year, and some updates that I think could be brought to electric bikes that are really going to improve e-bikes for everyone. And in addition, I'm going to include a number of suggestions that I got when I posted this question on Reddit a couple of weeks ago. So without any further ado, here are all the suggestions from myself and the e-bike community for how e-bikes can be improved in 2022. Now, the first change I want to see come to e-bikes, and I think this wouldn't be too difficult, is I want you guys to give us throttle options. Many e-bikes come with half twists, many come with thumb throttles, some come with full twists, some even have those weird trigger throttles, and there's really no option. An e-bike comes with whatever the manufacturer wants it to come with. Instead, I want you guys to give us options. Include a couple throttles in the box. It wouldn't be that difficult. These things cost you what, like $2–3? I mean, they're not expensive. Let us choose if we want a thumb throttle or a half twist. There are a lot of people that are very passionate about exactly which type of throttle they want to use. So if you want to improve e-bikes for everybody, let us choose, give us that choice. Now I know there are some complicating factors. Some e-bikes have twist shifters, and so you can't use a twist throttle. Some have thumb shifters, so you can't use a thumb throttle. But for the most part, many e-bikes could use different types of throttles or even on different sides of the handlebars. All I'm saying is let us choose. Now let's talk lights. Now many e-bikes today come with some form of headlight, many come with a tail light, but it is far from standardized. I think every e-bike that is meant for riding on the road should come with both a headlight and a tail light. But more than that, these need to be lights that run off of the main battery. I still sometimes see e-bike lights that are powered by AA batteries or coin cell batteries, and come on, it's 2022, guys. We've got this big old battery on the bike. We no longer need these little dinky disposable batteries or even separate rechargeable batteries. Give us e-bike lights on every e-bike. Now, if you want to upcharge, sure, you can give us a more powerful light and charge some extra bucks for that. That's fine. But I think every e-bike should come with lights because it is such an important safety feature. When an e-bike doesn't come with lights, it just seems like a way for you guys to save money or perhaps upcharge us for a dinky little light. Now, the only time I can see an e-bike not coming with lights and it being okay is for an electric mountain bikes, because a lot of these are never ridden on the road, and when you're off-road or you're mountain biking where there are no lights, you need a much more powerful light than you're going to get on a typical cheap e-bike light anyways. In that case, yeah, I can see not including lights, but for every other e-bike, give us some basic form of headlight and taillight that runs off the main battery. Next, let's talk range ratings. You guys have to give us more honest range ratings. Enough of this up to 75 miles crap. Even up to 50 miles, we all know it's rarely that case. So it's fine if you want to give us the level 1 pedal assist range and say, technically you can get up to 50 miles, but then immediately give us the real world range. Say, even if you can get 50 miles on level 1 pedal assist, you're probably only going to get half of that on throttle, and maybe somewhere in the middle if you're doing moderate pedal assist. Now there is one company that's already doing this, it is Aventon, and Aventon, you guys are awesome. I love the way you publish each of your levels of pedal assist, exactly what the mileage is going to be, and what it's going to be on throttle. Every e-bike company should strive to do this. It is the most honest way to do it, and your customers will respect it. Now, I know it's hard to play this game when a bunch of companies are giving these really optimistic range ratings, and if you tell the truth, then yours is going to look like it's much lower. But please, I hope all e-bike companies will just start together giving real, honest ranges, and then customers will have a better idea of what they can actually expect from these e-bikes. Next, this might be a bit of an ask, but I want to see 12-volt accessory ports on e-bikes. There are so many cool things we could run off e-bikes with those big batteries, like lights or speakers or really anything that runs off of 12 volts, but there's no way to tap into the battery on most bikes. Now, a lot of e-bikes do have 5-volt USB ports, and that's great for smaller things, but 12 volts just opens up so much more room for customization. Now, Rad Power bikes went part of the way there with their new Rad City Plus and Rad Rover Plus. They've got 5-volt taps on the front end of the bike by the handlebars and back by the rear rack. And that's great if you want to add USB ports, but Again, 12 volts is where it's at. 12 volt DC items, there's so many of them and there's so much room for customization. So if you guys could give us a 12 volt DC-DC converter and a power tap somewhere on the bike, that would be awesome. And my last suggestion, and this might be a bit of an ask, but I want to see you guys put dash cams on e-bikes. Now I know it sounds a bit crazy, but there is one company already doing this. It's Grape, a Croatian e-bike company. They've got a front and a rear dash cam on their bikes, and they can be used both for recording fun, action videos and for just logging all your rides. As someone who commutes on the road a lot, I would love to have a dash cam just in case something happens. I know it's there and people can find out what happened if I'm not there to say it, or if I just capture something cool and I want to see it, see something neat that happened on my ride, it's already recorded. There are a lot of waterproof cameras out there that you could integrate, and this would be a really cool feature. And maybe it needs to be an upgrade. I don't expect this to be something that you include standard on all bikes. Also, not everyone needs it. But if you could provide a cost-effective dash cam option, especially front and rear, that would be super cool, and I would love that, and I think a lot of other people would too. So those are my top 5 suggestions for the e-bike industry, but it's not just what I think, it's what the whole community thinks. So I posed this question on Reddit, and I got a ton of responses. So let's take a look at what people on the e-bike subreddit think. So some of these aren't super specific. Fly to the Sky just wants better DIY kits. Some of these are a little more specific. OW61 wants to see safety standards and quality standards that are universal across the e-bike industry. And I think that's great. That's something that would really build consumer confidence. Vic XVR wants improved dashboards, improved security, and a better defined life cycle for e-bike models. Something like a roadmap for 10 to 20 years of an e-bike's lifespan. Kochman wants longer warranties. And I know that's going to be tricky depending on the quality standards of different e-bikes, but in general, longer warranties absolutely help build consumer confidence. I know Electric Bike Company out in Newport, they've got something like a 5-year battery warranty and a 10-year frame warranty. That's pretty crazy, and it helps people realize that this company's gonna support the batteries and the bikes that they create. So another good one. See, Grey Woman 7 wants more options for smaller frames. I think that's a really good one to consider. I know my wife is very petite and it's hard for her to fit on a lot of the e-bikes that I ride. I get some cool models, I want her to try them, but she just doesn't fit. So more e-bikes for smaller frames, smaller framed people would be great. Bob Inskit wants to reduce the weight. I guess that's probably a good thing. I know e-bikes are pretty heavy for most people, but there is a limit, I know, to how low you can get the weight without having crazy exotic materials and thus having very expensive prices. For My Cycle wants less motorcycles with pedals, more bicycles with subtle electric assist. I feel like there's a lot of options out there in the industry, so everyone can kind of find what they're looking for. Kochman's back again. He wants a power meter in the speedometer. I know a lot of e-bikes do this, but the ones that don't, it'd be an easy thing to add, and it is really cool to see how much power you're using, or even, if you can, how much power you're generating from your pedaling. The Coolness 229 wants to see standardized plugs for charging. I would love that. Oh my goodness. I didn't put it in my list just because honestly I don't think you guys are going to be able to agree on one plug. If you could, I think it'd be the DC barrel plug. It just makes sense and so many companies use it already. But yeah, I agree. If somehow you guys could all get together and standardize on one plug, that would be incredible. Transmission 612 wants a kit that's more compatible with drop bars. That's a good one. It's very hard to find throttles or even a lot of displays that are going to fit nicely on drop bars. So more drop bar and road bike kits would be a pretty cool addition. Brakes that are built for the weight of the bikes. That's another good one. I see so many cheaper e-bikes that just have such poor brakes. When you got a heavy bike, you need to have high quality braking. That is a safety necessity. Twan Dope also wants more options for smaller people. There's a lot of smaller riders out there that want bikes that fit them. Think about it. Jaylin wants better, more affordable range of family bikes. That's true. Again, there are a lot of people that want to ride with family. They want to get their wife out there, their kids out there. So bikes that fit wider ranges of riders, it's an important consideration. And lastly, Dell Fanboy wants bikes that look like regular bikes, and I get that. I really like the fact that my Priority Current here looks like a pretty normal bike. It doesn't look like a tank. And a lot of e-bikes these days, well, they scream e-bike from a mile away. So, e-road bikes, e-trekking bikes, anything that can look like a normal bike, I think is a big plus. All right, so there you have it. Those are my suggestions and suggestions from the e-bike community on how the e-bike industry at large can improve the experience for all of us. Last but not least, it's time to announce the winner of the giveaway from my last video, and the randomly selected commenter is Jeremy Rawson. So congratulations, just let me know which one of my books you'd like. You can choose from DIY Lithium Batteries, DIY Solar Power, The Ultimate Do-It-Yourself E-Bike Guide, or my latest book, The Electric Bike Manifesto. Let me know where to send it. And anybody else who wants a chance to win one of my books for free, all you gotta do is put a comment down below. You can say anything you like. Hopefully you'll be the randomly selected commenter at the end of my next video. And those that don't want to wait that long to hopefully win a copy of one of my books, you can always find them on Amazon. All right, thanks for watching everybody. See you here next time.